to Chicas and Chisme. We are your hosts. I'm Carla.
And I'm Angelica.
Hey, guys.
Hey, guys. Welcome
Surprise!
back. I know. We're finally recording.
We're trying this out. We don't have a place yet, but we have my place. So
I know. We're like, we have a couch here. Like, what are we waiting for?
We have a light.
We have everything else. Like, so what are we waiting for?
We're trying this out, see how it works. And then when we have a setup somewhere else, then you guys will see a setup somewhere else.
And you'll come with us somewhere else.
Somewhere else.
I know. So welcome, guys.
Welcome.
Welcome to Carla's couch.
Welcome to my couch.
How are you, Carla?
I'm good. I'm okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You feeling ready for this?
No, but
Is
it
anyone...
has to be done at some point.
I know.
And you know what? At this point, who cares, right? We have to try it out. Otherwise, we're never going to know if it's going to work out or not.
It's true.
Just like anything in life.
Well, just like starting in the first place.
Yeah.
We had no idea. We just kind of jumped in,
I know.
right?
And I think it'll get better and better, but I think this is a good opportunity for our friends to see us and see what we're doing. And
Yeah,
you know what I
making
mean?
a lot of noise. I'm sorry, guys. I just need to get comfortable.
I know. Get comfortable, girl.
I feel like I've been resting too much these days.
Anyways.
Carla's
whatever.
always hating on me. I swear.
Because everybody's like, not everybody, but people are on vacation. And I'm like, I have to go to, well, I love my job. That's the
Yeah.
thing. I do love my job. So
She does. She's really good at her job, too.
thanks.
Bless you.
Appreciate that. Thank you. How are you?
I'm good.
Tell the listeners what you did this weekend. A little bit.
Okay, so if you've been listening to our podcast, you know that our very first guest was Cindy, right? Cindy, our Reiki lady. Mm-hmm. She's amazing. If you have not listened to the episode, I definitely encourage you to go and listen to it. It's a really good episode.
It's a really good episode. She talks all about
Reiki and your chakras and your energy and clearing out the blockages, because emotions block us from living a fruitful, happy life. So sometimes negative emotions, negative feelings, negative energy, and sometimes it's your own, sometimes you're absorbing it from someone else, and it'll block different chakras since we're made up of energy. Obviously, I can't explain it like she can, so I would definitely kind of refer you guys over there because I can't explain it like her.
Yeah. It's I've seen her maybe 3 times and she has made a big impact, and I'm not going to say difference, but the way she works on you and opens your chakras. I don't know what chakras are. I mean, I Google them and then it makes sense to me, but I don't know how to explain what chakras are.
Yeah, I can't
what I mean?
explain them. They're just like, everyone has 7 chakras, and it's like your crown, your third eye, your throat, your heart, and then the rest of them I get lost. Your root and your sacral. Yeah. So, and then basically like your heart one is like where you like trust people, you know, like when you've been hurt, you close up your heart and
that's
you
the one
shield.
that is like every time I've gone, like the few times that I've gone, I don't know, the few times that I've gone, that's the most shut
that you've had.
It's the most shut down one that I've had.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she'll say it. Whoa. She'll go like that.
Yeah. Mine usually in my heart.
And I think we all shut down in here first because that's the first thing we're trying to protect.
Yeah.
Right.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Some people, which I've never had this one, maybe in the past I have, but I wasn't going to Reiki at the time, so I didn't know. But the throat one, because the throat one happens when you feel like you can't speak your truth. Like when you're in a situation where you have to keep quiet because it's what keeps you safe to stay quiet. But like you're screaming inside, you want to say your truth, you want to say what needs to be said, but you don't. So it closes off, you know?
Yeah.
And then the sacral, which would be like your stomach area, that's like your gut health. Like if you're not eating good. Also, like if you're worried a lot, you know, things like that, it shuts down.
It affects your gut for sure.
So like if you think about plumbing, you get clogged up and then things can't flow through like seamless, you know. if you have them clogged, then you can't operate from a very clear-minded state of being. Your emotions are a mess. Like you block yourself from growing, like a lot of stuff, because we hold ourselves back. Like the biggest mountain is ourselves, right? And so, which I recommend that The Mountain Is You. It's a book that I read. It was really good.
I want to read that book because it came up on a list of books that I should read.
I love that book.
I know.
And
That's why I remembered that
Yeah.
you read it. So
Yeah, and it's hard for me to read. And I read that book, the whole book.
Because it was so good.
So good. So good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I didn't find it on YouTube.
like for free.
Yes.
I actually read it on a PDF for free online.
I think you sent it to me.
I did. It should be in like your PDFs, like, because unless you delete your text messages.
Do you know me?
I have all my text messages from like years.
I delete the ones that are no longer relevant, like from people that I no longer talk to.
Yeah. Oh,
but
yeah, me
like,
too.
I don't erase like.
Old messages.
Yeah, I don't really.
Like, what is it? Some people, like, at the end of the day, they delete every message from that day.
Yeah, I have a client that does that.
know.
Because she's like, I said, oh, I sent you a message about something, and she's like, oh, I erased my messages.
Like,
Why?
I don't know.
I wouldn't.
Do you
I
guys do
couldn't-
that? I don't do that.
I couldn't do it. Like I said, I only some messages I have from like years because I'm like, what if I want to go back and like read them one
Nostalgia.
Yes, but anyway, I'm gonna go look for it because I want to read it.
Yeah, I sent it to you.
Okay.
I think a few of you guys.
Okay. But I really like her, and so she has retreats.
Well,
now.
she does one retreat a year for the people that she's close to. So she doesn't make any money off of this.
Yeah.
She literally just
It's her time. it's her energy. It's everything.
And you know, at the end of the retreat, we were kind of encouraging her. Like, well, we were talking to her about like what are her goals? Like, is she planning on making this a business and like having more retreats and having more opportunities for more people to come, where she would upcharge so she can make some money, because this is crazy that she's not making any money and she's doing it out of the kindness of her heart. And you know, sometimes people say, oh, people don't do things out of the kindness of her heart. No, some people do.
Some people do.
They do.
I agree. I do believe that some people are capable of doing things.
Oh, she's
of the
amazing.
kindness of your heart.
Yeah, I mean, even when we would go with her, what she would charge us was nothing in comparison to what other Reiki people were charging.
Yeah. And I remember she told me, she was like, I wish I didn't have to charge. She goes, but somebody's got to pay the bills, right?
Well, she had to pay for the studio, but she wasn't making money. It was like, she had her career, she had her job, and then she was doing this because she felt like it was her.
And she loves it, she says. She's so good at it.
She's so good.
She is so good at it.
She's so good. And so over the weekend, we left Friday, and it was amazing because it was in Palm Springs. And so she had everything scheduled. Like, she had things scheduled, and from last year, because it's the second year we do it, she had we had given her feedback to like give us time to rest and time to walk around or roam.
So
like
everything
alone.
wasn't packed in 2 days?
Yes.
Or a day and a half?
Yeah, last year it was very, very congested. And so we kind of encouraged her, like, let's stay an extra night, but like let's spread things so that we have more space to breathe and do things. So she did do that this time, and it was amazing. So the first day that we go, I don't know if you guys have gone. Maybe if you have, then you understand. There's this like spa in Palm Springs. It's a big spa. Like I don't know if like they're known for this spa in Palm Springs because it's big. It's one of the best spas in the United States. That's what they're known for. And
What's it called?
I don't know. I have to look it up. I can't pause because we're recording, but I'll put it in the
You didn't come prepared. Just kidding.
I didn't come prepared for this conversation, but I'll put it in the notes or whatever.
Yeah.
But it is amazing. It was an amazing experience. We started the day by going to that spa, and
Qué rico.
I know I did the cold plunge.
I've
never done it,
Yeah.
and I was kind of trying not to do it, and then my friend did it, and then I was like, you know what? The very first step is getting out of your own way.
Yeah.
Your mind will stop you from doing so many things.
Yeah.
And that fear, that protection, I'm like, what is it protecting me from? From water? Like, I could just get out.
Yeah.
What's the risk? That I go in? Oh,
That
it's
shock
cold.
to your body. It's cold. It's
And then you get out.
You're not going to get hurt. I think if it was like a potential like hurt, like you're going to get hurt situation, then you're kind of more reluctant to do it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've never done it either, so I don't know how I would like go.
Oh, your mind's telling you don't do it, right?
Yeah.
Because you don't know. But I think that goes for a lot of experiences in life. Like our mind blocks us from growing. Our mind blocks us from taking chances with the love partner or buying a home or starting a business, like,
Yep.
or going back to school. Like our mind is so trained to look at the negativity that fear will like stop you from doing the things that
You should
are
be doing.
meant for you.
That you should be doing.
Like just live life. Like stop. Like obviously don't walk in the middle of the freeway, right? Like know your risk.
Like,
do calculated risk.
Don't do stupid things. That's
like-
silly. Do
like-
things that, we're adults. Come
like
on.
calculated risk,
Well,
right?
even young people don't run in front of the freeway.
No, I know, but you know what I mean. Like it's just like go out there and do it. If
Yeah,
you
I feel
really,
like a
truly
lot
wanna
of
do
people's.
something.
I feel like a lot of people's minds hold them back from doing a lot of things, and I am like I can say that that's probably me half the time.
Yeah.
But you're right. You just have to say. What's the
worst that can happen?
What's the worst and what's the best, right?
I know.
Kind of
You know what?
outweigh your pros and cons.
Yeah, I saw a TikTok where the girl was like, our brain is so wired to say, oh, this is the worst thing that can happen. Like this. And it's like, what if it doesn't work out? And then it's like, okay, but what if it does?
What if it does?
And then you go, oh my God, what if it does? So why don't you start operating from a place of what if it works out? What if it's a great experience? What if it's good? If it's not, you deal with it.
So speaking of TikTok, because I only watch once in a while.
That's our news source.
I watched, it's so funny you said that because I watched this TikTok about, it was this girl and she was getting interviewed in a podcast. And she was like, how did you become a millionaire? Like, how did it start? Because the girl's a millionaire now.
Wow.
And she said, I love making jewelry. And it reminded me of my daughter. I want to kind of grab my daughter and shake her sometimes.
She's great at making jewelry.
She's awesome at making
daughter's
jewelry. And so the girl said that she would go to like farmers market, swap meets, like things, and just grab stuff. She goes, I would just twist stuff up and put them together. And I was like, I'm going to sell this.
Yeah.
And she said that she had $900 and she ended up putting those $900 towards, like, she got a Canva account and a Flickr account. What's Flickr? Is it Flickr? Is it Flickr?
Something. No. Oh, I know. Fiverr.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a
Flickr's
Fiverr.
the pictures.
Yeah. Fiverr account is like where you do like side gigs. And so you could sell things. Or
Okay. Well, then that's what she said. She said she opened up a Canva account and she opened up a Fiverr.
Yeah.
And then she opened up her Instagram and she said she had a pop-up event. She made everything up by herself. She made it up, making the viewers think that there's this big thing. Like, wow. She said she would put her jewelry on there that she just made.
Yeah.
And she's like, this is going fast, guys. Everybody wants this. She only had like 3 or 4, but she made people think that, holy crap. And she said within a year, her business just blew up because she believed in herself. She's like, I didn't know what I was doing. I just made believe. Like, I was like, I'm just going to make people think that this is the best thing ever.
Yeah.
And
people will believe anything, right?
Yeah.
As long as you're doing things with good intention.
What I loved is that she said, I did a pop-up event.
Yeah.
Like when you think of pop-up events, you think of like legit things, legit like
like
vendors and legit
yeah.
like businesses. It was just her.
And it was online.
And it was all through her Canva, through her
like it wasn't
Fiverr.
in person. It
No,
was online.
she
And then
did
she
it
would just
online.
like wrap everything up, send it to
send
UPS
it.
and
Yep.
it's done.
Yep. And
How
then all
smart.
of a sudden, like models and famous people were like, oh, wow.
They want this.
And now obviously I believe in luck. I do believe in luck. I know Oprah used to say she didn't believe in luck. And I have to disagree with Oprah on that one because I believe in luck.
Like the right place at the right time type of thing.
Like this was meant for you. Like they drew a dice on you and you got the lucky charm.
Yeah.
Whatever,
I know it doesn't get unlocked for everybody, right? You can go out there and do it and it just doesn't get unlocked.
But I also believe that you have to believe.
I know.
Right? She was like, I'm going all in. I don't care if I lose or win. I'm going all in because I don't know what's going to happen.
You can't be afraid.
No, but she believed and she made everybody believe it too. I love that. I was like, oh my God, I wish my daughter would do that. I wish she would just, and I tell her, let's go to farmers markets. Let's go here.
Yeah.
Let's go there. People go to my studio and they see her stuff and they're like, your daughter makes this. I'm like, yeah. They're like, no way.
Yeah, they want to buy it.
They want to buy her. She has sold like $100 or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then I tell her, make more. And she's all,
Well, because she's still a kid. It'll happen. Like,
Yeah, but she wants money.
but remember, it's not her passion. If it was her passion, she'd be doing it all the time. You know what I mean?
It should be her passion because
Yeah, she's gonna follow her own passion, and she's gonna be good at whatever that actually ignites her. You know, if it's the work for her, then she doesn't want to do it because she's a kid.
yeah, but money moves people.
You're like, show me how to make it. I'll make it, and I'll say
money moves people, but it doesn't move her. She has mommy and daddy. Like,
well,
she's like,
she has no need.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, but I think that was that. I love that story, and I was just like, I had to watch it twice because I was just so in awe of this girl.
Do you know some people are afraid of success? So they'll start doing everything because they want to be successful, and then it'll start moving along, and it'll start booming, and then they freak out because they're like, it's getting too big. I get overwhelmed. It's like too much is happening too fast. I can't do this, and then they quit because now they're overwhelmed. They weren't prepared for it to go so fast. Some people are afraid of that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because you have to sacrifice. If it starts blowing up, you're going to have to sacrifice your old life.
Yeah.
You got to let go of certain things for it to be successful, to continue to grow.
Yeah.
You may have to quit your job. And you have to make, it's like that John and Alex, remember?
Yeah.
Like when they started like their social media account and their podcast and everything, he was working as a
Physical therapist.
yeah. And at some point he had to make a decision. Like, I went to
That's
school.
crazy.
He's like, I went to school for years to be a physical therapist. Like, do I really want to give up this solid career? I'm a doctor. Do I give it up? And it's like, because this other thing's not going to grow if I don't give this up. I need to invest time in it.
That's like going, like
dive
diving
in.
right in. Like, you're just diving right in.
And
It's
they
like,
did,
you
and it
did
was
or you
good for
don't.
them.
I know. Yeah. It
was
is scary though. It's scary because you're like, it's a 50-50 chance, right? It's a 50-50 chance that it'll work. And it's like, do I want to see if it's going to work and just risk everything? But that's how it works.
Yeah, I mean, you don't quit your job. Like in their case, they saw that it was like growing and that it was booming. And then they're like, okay, I have to make a decision. Do I want to keep going? Because it was at this point, it's already growing with what they're investing in, you know?
Right.
And it's not like, oh, I'm going to start it. And like, it's not even anything yet. I'm going to go quit my job. Like, you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
You got to do both for a little bit, you know? And then see what happens. And then you follow your passion. Like, if that's not really your passion, then just leave it as a hobby on the side, right?
But yeah.
But if it has true potential and you love it, then you gotta let something go.
You put your all into it.
You're gonna have to let.
But the good thing is that he can always go back to.
He has his education. He can always fall back on it.
He's
So
be like, well, that didn't work out. I'll just go back and be a physical therapist.
yeah.
So
the risk isn't that huge for him in that career, right? But you're like, well, you're a doctor and you're just gonna give up being a doctor. You went to school for 12 years. Like, what? Right?
Yeah, but some people like fame.
No, and I'm sure he's making a lot more money now than he was as a physical therapist, right?
They have so many opportunities now.
Oh, and they live their life like traveling and doing so many other things.
I know.
So it's like, what kind of life do you want to live, right? Some people, it's scary. That's a scary world for them. They don't want to do that.
For sure.
They're not going to throw themselves in. But to circle back to the experience, like jumping into the water, it's all connected. And it takes those kind of experiences to go, will I hold myself back or will I not? And so seeing that it was freezing and that my friend went in.
Oh, yeah. Like what we were talking about.
Well, the reason why we started talking about it.
Amor, what is she going back to? Oh, Diosito
Going back to the conversation, girl.
My week. Yes.
So.
Well, the week just started.
It's Tuesday, right? So having my friend go in first, it's the same like scenario as like having someone start a business before you and going, oh, it wasn't so bad. They were able to do it. So why can't I do it? I could do it too, right? So seeing my friend go in, and she stayed in there a lot longer but this was like her third time doing it. So I think the more you do it, the more comfortable you get with doing it, right? And so I saw her and I'm like, if she could do it, I could do it. There's no reason why I can't do it. And so I did it.
And it felt great.
It hurt like hell. So I go in.
Oh, I just felt like this tingle in my body. Like, oh.
But it didn't hurt. Okay, so I went in and it's like, okay, just don't think about it. Just do it. Because if you think about it, you're going to talk yourself out of it, right? So I was like, just do it. Just do it. And so I did. I go in. I'm going to use this pillow to hold house because it's moving too much. So I go in and I just go, don't think about it. And I just kind of immerse myself in the water. And then once I was in there, I was like, okay, I could do this. But now I'm like, my challenge is, can I stay in there long enough, right?
Yeah.
But then your feet start to hurt so bad. Like,
That's where it starts.
it starts to feel like frostbite on your feet. Like, it starts to tingle and it starts to hurt. So that's the part that's like hard for me because the rest of my body was doing fine.
Mm-hmm.
So then I got out. But I was so proud of myself for like even getting in.
Yeah.
So that was just
I'd
one
like
thing.
to try it at least once in my life.
Yeah.
I'll put it in my bucket list.
On your to-do.
That's a do.
Yeah, and so I did that, and then there was, in that same spa, there was a sauna, a steam room. The steam room was like a eucalyptus thing, so you walk in and it just smells like eucalyptus. But my eyes were all like, it burns. But it
Because
was
of the menthol
yeah,
part.
yeah. But it was nice, and then they had like just different things. But the one thing that I really liked was there was like these natural waters from the mountains that they kind of push in through the pipes there. And there's these little, it's a bath that you go in. It's like a jacuzzi kind of feeling. And they close the door. So it's very personal to you. And you go in, they said you could wear your bathing suit or you could go in there naked. There's nobody in there with you. And so I go in and I put myself in the water and I close my eyes and I'm like, okay, here, you know? And, I start with my eyes closed. I start feeling people walking around in the room with me.
But there's no one in there.
Why I had to open my eyes because I'm like, did someone walk in?
Yeah.
And there was nobody there. And and I'm like, okay. So I close my eyes again, and I could feel them like close your eyes. Do you feel like the shadow? Like watch the shadow of somebody passing by.
Now, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's what it felt like in there. There was nobody in there. Like. Yeah, like it's like
spirits.
where it's like blocking the light, you know, like someone's passing by.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like. Like I could see that. And then I opened my eyes, and the light above me is flickering, and I was like, "What is happening?" Right. So then I got out. It was just 15 minutes. When I got out, my friend had gone in before me, and she was like, she goes, did the light flicker with you? And I said, it did. I'm like, wait, is it still flickering? We went back in. It wasn't
flickering.
No. And we're all, that's so weird. Then we asked my other friend. My other friend's like, no, it didn't flicker with me.
Yeah.
So it didn't flicker with her. It just flickered with me and my other friend.
Can I tell you a quick story?
Sure.
It takes 2 seconds. It has to do with the flickering of the light. I was doing my client's hair last week, and she said that I don't know why we brought that up, but she said that her sister died. And the daughter of the sister wasn't there yet. And they were all sitting down at a hotel, and they were like, the brothers and the sisters were sitting down, and they were talking about the sister. I guess it had just been the funeral or whatever. And the daughter was on the way to hang out with the family.
Yeah.
And the lights started flickering and flickering. And then the daughter calls of the dead mother. She calls the aunties to see like, hey, are you guys still there? And they were on the phone, and she said that the mom said, when I die, I'm going to pull your feet. And she's like, Mama, please don't pull my feet because you're going to scare me. Please don't. She goes, okay, I'm just going to flicker the lights.
Oh, I got chills. My face is like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. She goes, I swear to you. And that my client told her niece she was like, the lights are flickering. And she's on, no, auntie, no, no. So do you think it has to do with like spirits around you?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like your
like
spirits,
my dad.
your dad.
Like my dad, my angels, and my guides.
I love that. It's scary, but I love it.
It wasn't scary.
No?
No, because it doesn't feel negative.
Okay.
It just feels like support.
Like I'm here with you.
Yeah, we're good. We're doing this together.
That's so sweet.
And it was beautiful. So I did that, and then I went to like I invite those kind of experiences as long as they're for my highest good, right?
Yeah.
Like if it's good, if it's gonna make me feel closer to my dad, or feel like I'm not alone, then I invite it.
Yeah.
It's fine with me. It doesn't scare me. Like I don't want no whispers, or touching. Don't touch me.
Like I see dead people. Oh no, that's somebody like, okay, never mind.
No, that's different.
That's different. That's like
Different.
if I tell you I see dead people.
I know. And then I'm like, yeah, cool. Good for you. Bye.
Don't come by here again.
They're like, there's the door.
Vete ya, por favor. Gracias.
Yeah. So it was a good
Anyway,
experience. And
yeah.
that was just the first day.
Yeah.
You know, the second day we went and we went to Joshua Tree. We drove over there, and we did what is it called? Oh, yeah. The second day we did like some kind of yoga, which was really cool. I don't remember the name of the yoga. I have to look it up. But she has you like punch and you're punching like negative energy out of you. You like literally like you're going like this, like taking it off of you. Like you're being intentional, like let me cleanse myself, you know? You're moving your body around and you're like you're cleansing your aura, like anything that's around you, and you're like move it
That's
away
so
from
cool.
me. And so energetically you're like removing everything that's not good for you. And it was like an hour and a half. It was crazy. I was sweating like because you're moving so much.
I love that.
It was
Dang it.
such a good experience. And then from there we went to Joshua Tree, and we built. We did arts and crafts, but it's not arts and crafts. Okay, guys.
Friendship bracelets. And ghosts.
I could sell them now. Just kidding. No, we
with
made
tissues.
We made. You know how they have sage and like
Yeah.
they use sage to like clear out negative energy in homes and like people and stuff like that. They had feathers and like they showed us how to make these smudge feather wand thingies, right? And so we made our own. Like it was very special and close to us. Like the colors we chose, like they had different meaning. Like different colors have different meaning. So I created one for protection, and but other people created one that was for like new beginnings or gifts. It was like I give gifts, but I also receive. Like that flow, that reciprocity.
Yeah.
Right. You can create your own. And so each color had a different meaning. So I ended up with the black one because I was late and I was the only one that was there. Because like people just grab like whatever they're gonna grab. But I did want to get the protection one because I'm like, if you're clearing and you're using sage, like to me it's like clearing out negative energy, and I want to protect myself, right? So, but I made it, and then we had to clean it, right, like with the sage. And then he was cool. He was like Native American or something.
Yeah.
The guy was, and he was like, and then you like throw it on the floor and like you let nature take it and do whatever with it, you know? So it was cool. But there was so much more. I could talk about it for like the whole episode. So
We'll have an episode for your experience.
well, I already said half of it, but
I know. Next half, next time.
Next time I'll fill you in on what we did next.
Yes.
But yeah, and then it was great. And then we just came back Sunday. Yeah. And then yesterday I went to Valle. That was nice too.
That's nice. You're really enjoying your vacation. I'm very happy for you.
Yeah. I listened to you. You told me. Remember a couple episodes ago, you told me, just don't be so stuck on your list and getting stuff done. Like rest and enjoy your time off.
Enjoy it.
Yeah.
You have a lot of time. And then get to your list whenever you get to your list.
Like bits and pieces here and
Yeah.
there.
Don't feel like you have to do everything on your list.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know we have things to do, but focus on
Enjoying.
You have a summer vacation for a reason. Like enjoy it. You're going to get back to work and then you're going to be like, dang it. What did
Like,
I do?
I should have
I didn't
done
do
stuff.
anything.
Yeah.
But now you're going to go back to work and you're going to be like, I am so glad that I did everything I did. You have done so much.
Oh yeah. And it's
Like
been
if you,
so much
if
fun.
it ended now, like if you didn't have anything to do, you could be like,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
absolutely. And
Yeah.
I also feel like now I can like do a little more stuff around the house that I want to get done before I start the new year, just to prepare myself
Right.
for the new school year.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I definitely enjoyed this weekend. And I think the last full week I've had a lot of fun. I took the kids to the Padre game.
Yeah.
I went to the Sesame Street water park.
Yeah.
You know, it's just been fulfilled with activities and I'm tired, right? But a good tired.
Yeah, but it's not a tired where you're like, oh, I have to go back and do it again tomorrow. It's like, I had so much fun and now I get to rest and sleep in and you get to sleep in every day. And it's just so nice.
You know what? I feel so grateful to live in California and live in San Diego because an hour and a half south, I was in the vineyards. 2.5 hours east,
You were in
north,
the desert.
I was in the desert.
Yeah.
Like I can go.
That's the beauty of San Diego, right? That's the beauty of San Diego. So
It is. So
it's we have everything. There's nothing you miss out on, for real. There's like nothing you miss out
like
on.
there should be no reason why people are bored if they have time and they're like, because if you're bored, that means you have time, right? And then like, what are you doing with that time? So So if you have time, like you could do things that are free. Like you can go to the beach and it's free. You can go and it's beautiful. You can go to the mountains and hike. It's free. Like you could do free things, and there's so much to do.
You just have to
and
like doing those things.
Yeah, that's true. But there's so many things you could do. Yeah. And just like the scenery itself, it's beautiful.
Yeah. No, for sure. Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Oh, that's the other thing we did. Okay, so tell me that your coach had said hug a tree, right?
Yeah.
And I remember when you first told me, I laughed. Like I thought it was stupid, right? Because I'm like, why would she tell you?
I thought it was silly because
so,
I'm like, I don't want to. People are watching me.
It's embarrassing. Like I was thinking, that's embarrassing. I don't think I could do that, right? I'm like, I don't think I could do that. And once I like, with this journey and the growth that we've been doing, I was like, I'm gonna do it. I don't care what people think, right?
Yeah.
And I've been doing it. And over there at the in Palm Springs, like me and my friend got out of the hotel because our hotel, like the doors would open and you can be by like the grass and the trees. And we went out without socks on, and we just touched the ground. And then there was a tree and we hugged it. I'm pretty sure there was people in their windows going, "What the hell are people hugging those trees?"
Be careful with those two. They're a little cuckoo.
Yeah.
No,
and
well,
we were totally hugging
listen,
them. And I don't care.
No, but how did you?
Oh, I felt good.
Yeah.
It's so good, like energetically.
Yeah.
Like you feel the positive energy.
And she also used to tell me every day, she goes, I want you to go outside, take your shoes off and touch the grass, touch the bare ground.
Yeah.
More of the grass because it's, Mother Nature.
Yeah.
It's Mother Earth.
Yes.
And it's funny because
Let's go do it right now.
Sorry, guys. I was doing my client's hair on this weekend, and I was just telling her, about mental health and everything. And I haven't been feeling good and stuff. And she was just like, go ground yourself. And I'm like, oh, shoot.
Yeah.
She goes, go put your feet in the sand and go. And I'm like, that's exactly what my coach used to tell me.
Well, they call it, and this is something they talked about, like Cindy did when we were doing like a little circle. Mm-hmm. And she gave us a little sheet, and it says earthing. It's called earthing. Mm. So you earth. Like grounding could be like just breathing and connecting back to yourself and disconnecting, or doing like the grounding technique where you go, 5 things I see, 4 things I hear, 3 things like that. Mm-hmm. Like doing that one, that's like grounding. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, oh, so like touching the grass is not grounding? She goes, it's grounding, but it's very specific. It's earthing. Mm-hmm. So you go out there.
Well, I'm sure she didn't know the technical. She just meant it like ground your, meaning get on the ground, get your feet on the ground, right?
Like come back from floating wherever you're at. And you know what's weird too, though? After I started doing that, I started seeing personalities in plants, in trees, and I said, I'm like, oh, that one's like talking to me. Like the wind would, and I was like, oh, so I would go hug it.
Yeah.
So
when I was growing up, my mom used to, oh my God, my mom loves plants. Loves plants.
Oh, yeah.
She loves plants. She loves anything nature, right? And our whole entire house was full. It looked like a freaking forest in my house.
Yeah.
And growing up, you would hear my mom like, ay, qué bonitas, hermosas, ¿cómo están mis amores? And I'm like, who is she talking to? And I'd get up and I'm like I'm like, and she'd be cleaning her plants. Ay, mamacitas hermosas. And the plants were just like,
oh yeah.
Almost like they were smiling, like they would just like
grow,
expand their,
wow,
not their wings, but their leaves.
Yeah.
And they were shiny and they were beautiful. And my mom would leave like out of town, and then the plants would get all,
like
and then my mom would come and my mom would be like, mis bebés, ¿cómo están?
And they would wake up.
And they just boom. Yeah.
That's so interesting. I want to know more about that. Maybe we can get someone on the podcast that like
my mom.
But not like scientifically that
knows about plants.
Yeah, like knows like
the
energy.
If you guys know anything about plants.
Like the energy between us and the plants. Like because they're always giving. They're always giving us oxygen. They're always there giving us a shade. Like they're always giving us,
Yeah.
And here we are like stepping on them, pulling them.
I kill them.
I know you do. I kill them too.
And not on purpose, obviously.
No,
I just
no.
don't have a green thumb. That's my excuse. I don't have time to be watering plants. Maybe I do because I'm sitting here, right? Half the time.
No, you just
But
have to make a
I got rid of
routine.
them. Well, I have some that are still hers, and I'm like, I'll just keep these two. The one I gave you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That she doesn't know that I
No,
have.
I told her.
Oh, you
and she's
did?
like,
Okay.
give her the other one.
I know that, and
Yeah.
it's so pretty. And my mom's really good at plants too. So
Yeah.
I knew that it would just go from one lady to another.
Yeah.
Like it'd
Yeah.
be taken care of.
Yeah.
But it was such a different experience. Like being able to connect to nature like that. I always used to think, oh, that's like gypsy things or
No, man.
You know?
The gypsies were right.
they are. I feel like we're a gypsy now. Are we a gypsy? I think we're gypsies now. We're getting
whatever.
closer. I just think that not everyone can be wrong at everything. There are some things that are right. So even if it's a gypsy, some things that they're saying is right, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this episode basically is about this.
Yeah, no, yeah.
No.
Grounding and earthing
Earthing.
and loving and doing whatever you can to,
It's so stressful. Like the world as it is, our lives.
at this point right now, I never thought that. I feel like my life has been not easy, but smooth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yes, I've had my ups. I went through my divorce and, I got out of that. But right now I feel like there's so much going on with the world.
Oh, so much.
And it's just like it affects, I know it affects me mentally, big time mentally. So
Yeah.
I have to find ways to, I think for me is procrastination too. Like I'm like, I should be doing that, but
I don't want to.
don't feel like it. I'm going to be, because either I feel like this or I feel like that. And I'm like, I'd rather just do this. You know
Like
what I
be
mean?
comfortable. Stay comfortable.
Yeah. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that we have to find ways to, like you went on this retreat, to find yourself again.
Yeah.
Or get in touch with yourself again.
Yeah.
And I think that at some point we all need to do the same thing. Not necessarily going on a retreat,
no.
but doing things with yourself, by yourself. Like I think being alone is so I saw this TikTok and it made, and I'm probably going to butcher it because it makes sense in here, but I don't think I can like
Verbalize it.
yeah, but he said, it's not healthy being surrounded by people 24/7.
It's not.
It is not healthy that it's you have to have balance in your life. You have to, you don't have to, whatever. I'm just kind of saying what he said. And I
Yeah.
agree with it. I'm an introvert. I've known that. I do very well with people when I'm
Charged.
no.
No?
When I am surrounded by people that I'm comfortable with,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Like for me, going to gatherings and going to parties, I always declined because I was so like, I don't want to be around people,
Yeah.
right? And I'm an introvert. And not only that, but I love my alone time.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I don't have a ton of friends and I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with that because I think that life knows me and life is like, if I give you too many friends, you're going to freak out. So I'm not going to give you too many friends.
Well, friendships, like genuine friendships, take investment. And investment
Absolutely.
is time. Like, don't just have friends to have friends. Like, you have to invest time. You have to invest, like, basically time and energy.
Yeah.
Right. And so if you have too many friends, if you have too many friends, you either have no friends, because having a lot of friends, you can't really give quality to anybody. So you have no real friends, because
Yeah.
you can't be a real friend to anybody if you have too many people that you're juggling, or you have, or you're stressed out because you have too many people that you're
Yeah.
trying to make happy.
And it's not that shoot, I was going to say something. I forgot.
It's okay.
It's not that I don't have time. Well, it's not that I don't have the time. It's just that I'd rather hang out with myself sometimes and be by
that's
myself.
I
Like
know.
I remember when I lived with my mom, she would tell me, I hate being alone. I hate it. And I'm like,
Why?
I could
Yeah.
not relate with her. She says it was depressing. She says that she always has to be surrounded by somebody. She says being alone depresses her. And I'm the other way around.
I think some people get energy from being around a lot of people, and some people get drained from being around a lot
Yeah.
of people.
Maybe it has to do with my job. I'm surrounded
around,
by people
yeah.
all the time. I mean, there's
Yeah.
times where I get off of work and I'm just like done. Sometimes I'll be like, sorry, I can't. I'm sorry. I know
It's
you're
too
calling
much,
me,
yeah.
but I can't have a conversation right now. I need like to
Decompress.
completely decompress.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And again,
very
to
valid.
each their own, right? Like if you feel like you need to be surrounded by people, that's on you.
Mm-hmm.
I think do whatever makes you happy and do whatever you can to keep yourself mentally healthy.
Yeah.
Right?
You are your priority. No one else is going to make you a priority. No one else knows what you need. And the only way you're going to have healthy relationships around you that support you is if you communicate your needs. And that may be, I need to be alone for a few days.
Yeah.
I need to disconnect for a few days. And the people around you that are true friends are going to understand. They're like, yes, but that's just how she is.
Yep.
Because you need to prioritize.
And you're not being
you.
rude. I don't.
No.
Do you think I'm being rude when I tell you? You know what? I don't think I've ever told you I don't want to be around you. I just tell you
No, I mean, there's a respectful way to say it. I'd be like, fine.
I don't want to be
No,
around. No,
I
it's
think-
like, hey, you know what? I'm going through something. I just need to be like, I just want
You
to be
don't-
alone. And I don't think I've
Yeah,
ever told
you
you.
don't even say that. All you say is,
I think you just know me well enough to be like, I'm going to give her space.
I do know you well enough to give you your space, but in the beginning I didn't, right?
Yeah.
And I think the way you communicated was, hey, I'm having a really tough week this week. You know, like, I'm sorry that I haven't got back to you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, don't worry. If you're having, I'm here if you need me.
Yeah.
But I could pick up on those things. So then I just go, I'll just leave her space. I don't take it personal.
No, it's never
Yeah.
personal. It's always just, I'm taking care of my mental health. I suffer from mental health negatively, and I need to be very, very, very proactive on taking care of my mental health.
And you're
And I think that,
you know what you need.
yeah, sometimes.
No, I mean, you
Next
know
time
what,
I need to go hug a tree.
just go hug a tree.
Yeah.
And stomp on the grass and
Yeah.
roll around in the grass. Even people think you look crazy. Who cares,
Oh, I
guys? Go do it. Go do it.
Do you think I care what people think of me?
You know what? That's something I think in like my late 30s, I stopped caring what people thought about me, and my life changed dramatically.
It totally changes.
Right?
It's so funny. There was remember when we used to go to Little Italy and there was a DJ and you never went with me,
No.
but I went a few times, and then I finally took my daughter. And the DJ was playing music and we were like, let's dance, and it was just right in the middle of like that what is that in Little
Like
Italy,
the town square,
that little
type of-
place, it's called the Piazza.
What is it?
Piazza. I don't know. I'm not Italian, but you know what I mean.
Piazza.
And he would sit by the little water fountain and play. And then I took my daughter one time, and we were just like, I was like, let's dance. She's like, no, how embarrassing. And I'm just like jamming, like dancing with her, like right there sitting. And she's like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. And then there's a man that he goes up to her and he goes, no one cares.
No one cares.
No one cares. No one's going to go home tomorrow and be like, do you remember that little girl that didn't want to dance? No one cares. That's what happened with the concert when I went the very first concert. I mean, recently that I went alone. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to go by myself. And I'm going to be there singing all by myself. Do you think they remember me today?
No.
They're like, who cares?
No one
You know?
cares. And if
Yeah.
they do remember, they're irrelevant anyway.
Yeah.
Because they're not in your life.
Because I don't remember them.
No.
So yeah, I mean, again, it's just
Get yourself out of that mindset.
get yourself out of mindset. Do whatever you need to do to take care of your mental health, yourself, whatever it is. If that's surrounding yourself with people, then do that. If that's going on a vacation, that's that. If whatever it is, do whatever
I
you
think
can.
it's really building that relationship with yourself to know what you need.
Yeah.
But you can't do that with so much chaos around you. You have to take that time alone to understand what works for you.
Yeah. Exactly.
And pay attention. Self-awareness. I think self-awareness is huge.
Absolutely.
Self-awareness is huge. Like if you're self-aware, then you're going, oh, wow, like that didn't feel good. I don't think I want to do that anymore.
Yeah.
Or I don't feel really good around these people. I don't think I want to do that.
Yeah.
Or when I'm feeling this way, I kind of want to just be alone. And then do that. Like honor yourself,
Yep.
you know?
Honor yourself. It's so important, guys.
Yeah. I think we kind of went over time today.
We went over time and we had other stuff to talk about, so I guess we'll do
We'll
that
do it-
into the
yeah,
episode. And
we'll-
we just got excited about what we were talking about. But
Yeah.
thanks for
Joining us today.
let us know what you think. We are definitely working this is our first time doing a
Video.
video. So I think that the first few times it's kind of like we're rookies. So just give us a little bit of time to get better and better and better at it. And then hopefully in the near future, we're going to have an actual space for us. So I hope you come along.
All right. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for today. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.